live. I'm live now. Going to be doing some, let's see where we at. Okay, good. Yeah, going to be doing some just 3D interactive work. We'll see if anyone joins. If not, I'll be doing it for myself. So let's just wait and see here. There it is. There's the 3D interactive work, so it's there. All right. So we'll do that. Oh, we got 4 viewers. Where are the viewers from? Oh, from X. It didn't show on X. All right. All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Most of this is going to be Blender work today. So it's going to be just, let's turn this right towards me a little better. There we go. Like I said, if anyone wants to actually join, I could put the headphones on and I can have a conversation, because I can do invites. I think I can do invites after the stream. Let me see, can I? Yes, I can. Yeah, I can copy invite links and send it to people if people want to join and just talk. You can message me if you want that. You can message me on X. Just kind of send me a DM. Or and then I can just kind of do that with you. All right. What we might do is, to make this a bit cleaner, I might go ahead and just show Blender for now, because that's where I'm going to be spending most of my time. Although I might bounce over to a couple other things here, but that's probably for the best. Let's do Window, and let's do, there we are, Blender. And here's what we're looking at. So we've done North America. Here's North America over here. I did post some. I just did post some things. This for the smaller countries, I didn't really do their flags because you're really not going to see much. This is Greenland, Canada, as I'm sure I can guess. This is Alaska, so it's part of the U.S. So Alaska got the stars, and the rest of the U.S. got the stripes. And then Mexico's big enough to get a good part of the Mexican flag, so you can see that there. These other ones here are way too small. I think I might have tried on 1 or 2 of them. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this one I tried on. What's this? Guatemala. I think I tried on that. Let's see. What else did I get? What is this? Panama. So yeah, so I did. Oh, that is Panama. Okay, so that's the Panamanian flag. As you can see, there's what the Panamanian flag. Are you sure? That doesn't look like Panama. That looks like the Canadian flag. I think it's actually similar though, but this thing isn't always working correctly. Sometimes I click on it. Let's see, what does it say? What does it say the name is? It is. It somehow got the Canadian. I don't know. It seems to be doing it on a couple of these. It seems that I apply this here. You'll notice it over here. It ended up on Guyana. So can't really say why Canada's on Guyana, but we might try to replace it, but it's a small country. We'll see what it looks like in the end. So what we are going to do, maybe I will have to do my whole screen, because what I'm basically going to do is try to do the same thing I did over there, which is apply some images. So let's start with the big one so we can kind of see what we're looking at here. We've got Brazil here. So let's take a look, see what we're going to do here. I will go ahead and do an entire screen share instead, just because I'm going to be bouncing between X, Grok, really, X and Grok, and back over to to Blender. So we'll do a whole screen share. There we go. Looks all nice and mirrored here, but we will jump over to X. We're going to jump over to Grok. And we're going to try to do a couple of prompts here to get some interesting stuff. So if I don't say stuff like that, a lot of times what'll happen is it'll just do whatever it wants to. It'll randomly put some stuff in there. I still don't. Yeah. No. Want a different image. So here I'm going to hide this. There we go. Entire image. It needs to take the entire image without any white space. Let's see if it figures that out. Now it probably won't do the flag of Brazil. It seems to do this. I give it a correction and it goes, well, I'll just generate something else, completely different. Or like now where it's just kind of thinking. I don't know if I'm hitting it at a really busy time. It is evening time in the States right now, although it's quite in the evening time in the States, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'm hitting it late. Maybe it just doesn't know what I mean. Come on. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Image of the flag of Brazil that takes the entire, let's be specific, width and height of the image without any white space. And then it worked, so, or somewhat worked at least. Let's see. That's better at least. You know, the little bits on the end, that's fine. Okay, so we'll save the image. We'll pop over to here. Let's see here. I'm going to remove that. I was getting an error about, I guess there was a new AI something or another that loaded into Chrome, and what's it called? My Mac was complaining about it, saying that it hadn't security scanned it, so it wasn't letting it run, which was fine by me. Let's see here. Let's rename it. It'll be just Brazil.jpg. We come over here. And so here's how we do this in Blender. I believe we click on this. Yep. And we choose image texture. Image texture allows us to choose an image. So it just gives us this is what it gives us. It doesn't give us much of anything. Shows us this, gives us the open dialog here. So we go open, and this thing is set to downloads because that's where I've been working in a lot. So click it, open the image, and there it is. Now we have it. The reason we can see it immediately is because we have it in the render mode. We have it in is viewport shading, meaning basically here's an example. If I did this, you wouldn't see much of anything. Actually, it should have been this. If I done that was wireframe mode, by the way. At least I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Viewport shading, wireframe. Yeah, that's wireframe mode. This is just the basic shading. It doesn't apply any materials or any that's not a material, is it? What is a surface, but it's a, boy, my brain still hasn't started firing on all cylinders yet. All right, but yes, basically, yeah, a material, and so it's going to shade it with that. How it does it, I'm not entirely sure. I'm willing to bet it probably tries to center the image on the actual model itself, and that's how we end up with that. So let's see. That's a nice big one. Looks good. You should be able to tell what that is. Venezuela. Let's see if we can do Venezuela. All right. So let us see here. Start a new one. Create an image of the flag of Did I misspell that? Oh, I did. Fine. There. Spelling's horrible when it comes to stuff like that. If it wasn't for a spell check, I'd be really in trouble. The entire width and height of the image without any white space. Let's see if it does it the first time this time. No, it does the same thing it did. You know what? Honestly, I am not going to press the issue on this. I got a feeling we're not going to see much of this, so I'm hoping if we go ahead and just try this, instead of trying to tell it to do it the right way that I told it to do it, that we might have a chance at here. Rename. There we go. Now over to Blender. On Venezuela. No. We do image texture. Oh. That's not so bad. I'd say it looks pretty good. You do kind of get the little bits of white around it, but you know what? You can't really see much of it. You can't really make it out. So to me, I think it looks pretty good. We'll stick with that. Like I said, we're probably not going to do the smaller countries. I'm not going to really aim it. Okay. I'm not going to try. Suriname. Guyana, I'll just leave it with the Canadian flag for now. If I take it off, what's going to happen is it's going to take it off of the, somehow some of these models are linked. I don't know why that's done. I bought this thing. I didn't create this thing. I bought this thing. So the guy who created it, I'm willing to bet some of it might have to do with these lines. I have no idea what these lines are supposed to be doing, in all honesty. I'm not an expert at Blender, but right now I'm just kind of getting along with it. So let's see here. Colombia. We can do Colombia. Let's do Colombia. Let me see if anyone's got any kind of... Oh, it'd be nice to have a chat up here. There we go. All right. So, hello, Salim. How's it going? Like I said, if anyone... I do have the chat up now. So if anyone has any comments or anything... oh, you can see it right here. I don't have to overlay it since I'm sharing my entire screen. But yeah, if you've got any questions, just ask. If you want to join, like I said, I can send out a link and people can actually join in on voice. And if they want to even share their screen, I mean, like I said, all I'm doing is working. So if anyone else wants to join in, maybe share something, especially if it's something creative, that'd be really cool. Just let me know. Yes. So where we said we were on Colombia, all right? Yeah. Okay. So let's move forward. I know I misspelled that. There we go. Oh, no, I think I did spell it right. Oh, I didn't have the I in it. Oh, of Colombia, of the flag of Colombia. full width and height, width and full height of the image and not have any white space. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's a bit better. That's exactly what I was asking for. So finally we got what I was asking for. Good job. There we go, Columbia. I've got a number of notifications. Just want to make sure there's no notifications about wanting to do anything with this. And I'll go through these little bits here. Here, I'll reply. Maybe he's in, maybe he's not, but it's good to throw back a reply there. That's a good question. I wonder if everyone else is frozen on that. That was 3 minutes ago. Here, let's do this. Stop sharing. I wonder if it's better now. Here, let's reply to Kim. If anyone else is seeing something, if anyone else is getting locked, please tell me. Okay. I don't see anything yet. So here, let's go ahead and someone said they couldn't see, and it was locked for them. I'm hoping it's good now. We got some more. I'll reshare the entire screen. Let's hope that it doesn't lock again. If it is locked, please tell me in the messages. Say, hey, it's locked for me. Let me know. That way, at least I can try and make it better. I can always try and just restart the stream. It's not that hard to do. Just let me know. I did restart my computer this time before doing it, just so I could hopefully have the best possible stream, not have any hiccups like I've had a couple times before. So, and you see me swaying side to side, I am standing. So, and we said, oh yeah, that's Columbia. We got Columbia here. We got Columbia there. All right. No, it's under base color. Base color, image texture, open Columbia, open image. All right, there we go. Like I said, I'm not going to go for the smaller ones. Not sure you're going to see much with Ecuador, maybe. Let's do Peru, though. Peru ought to be good. Peru ought to be helpful, ought to be big enough. I wish I could copy and paste here. Do this and then just put it as Peru. Because basically that's all we're doing. There's no reason to have me type this over and over again. It's basically the same thing. It just needs to be different images. I want to kind of speed it up so we can get these done, and that's good enough. It's good enough. The little bit of white space won't hurt us. So let's save the image. Rename it to Peru. There we are. Now go back to Blender. Nope, wrong one. It's here. Image texture. Peru. And there we are. That's not so bad. That's pretty good. Like I said, I think what it does is it sort of centers it. It takes the model and it tries to find the center of the image and the center of the model, and that's what it starts with, I think. I think it's how it's doing this. I think you could probably even tell it to do it differently if you wish. I'm sure there's some settings in here, and I mean, there's a lot of settings in here. As you can see, all of these are collapsed right now. So there's an absolute ton of settings. Sheen is like how it looks. I think sheen has to do with like brightness, like like reflection. Yeah, so I'm sure I can probably tell it. And then all of those are just underneath the base color, I think it is. And then we've got all of these as well. So as you can see, Blender has an absolute ton of features. And I am using, hang on, this one. so yeah. Bolivia. We can do Bolivia next. It looks like it's a bit big enough to hold an image here. And then when we import, you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to get all of South America. I'm going to make, actually, but I ought to go ahead and do that now. This is a good one to know. Here, let me make sure no one's got a problem right now. Is it working now, Kim? Or is it okay? Same means it's still got the same problem for you. If anyone else has got a problem, if it's not, hang on, I'm going to check it myself on X. I'm going to go to X myself and see if I can see what's going on. Let's see. Okay, for me, it's showing what I have. So yeah, it's a little bit behind, but not by much. Okay, it is a bit behind. Okay, yeah, it's about 10 or so seconds behind right now. That looks good enough, though. Okay, let's see what I'm going to say. Here, we'll do this. No, I want to reply. Surely there's got to be a way to add. The name is. Don't tell me that only went out to. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Wow. Look at it go. Okay. Yeah, because now it's a stream of a stream of a stream. Okay, let's get back to Grok here. Okay, where were we? We were in Bolivia. So let's do Bolivia. That'll do. That will do. I can I can deal with that. I'm almost wondering how many people have issues in different places. And I haven't had anyone give me that during the week, so I'm wondering if it's a weekend thing too. That's nice. Now here's one, Chile, that I'm kind of wondering how that's going to look. Since it's so long, it's going to look strange, I'm sure. Same as Argentina, I'm almost wondering. Uruguay, I don't know. Paraguay. Paraguay may not be so bad. Let's do Paraguay next. Okay, let's see here. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll probably only get about that of Paraguay. Hopefully we get a little part of it at least. Let's see here. Let's save the image. Paraguay. All right. Oh, that's not good. This says it's the same as Venezuela. Crap. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what really annoys me about this. So, where's Venezuela? So basically this, the white part right here, ended up right here. See, I'm wondering if you can, I was trying to figure out in the preview if you can do it across a different, what if I did it across a flat surface? Would that change the way it looks? Just out of curiosity. Keep with the sphere for now. But if I went here, for example, and did that, what would it do? Oh, okay. I didn't know if that actually affected the actual texture itself, or if that was just how you see it. I guess it's just how you see it. Thought maybe you could. Yeah. Well, that's not good, because what that means is here for Paraguay, the thing I just generated, if I change it, it's going to change this one also. Watch, I'll show you what I mean. So, like I said, for some reason, these things seem to... So basically, I'm going to say kill it. As you see, it just killed the one above here. So they're both now black. And then if I say Paraguay, now you're going to get Venezuela with Paraguay. Once again, it's still white even. But now you've got Venezuela that has Paraguay. Ugh. So we'll stick with Venezuela. Since you can't really see it can't really see the difference on either image here for Paraguay, we'll just go ahead and we'll stick with Venezuela since it's, actually seen up here. I'm wondering what else is linked. That's what worries me here. Let's try Argentina and hope. I mean, I don't see it anywhere else since it's not affected anywhere else, but that doesn't mean that one of these other ones isn't linked to it. As a matter of fact, what do you see? You see all these? There's a linkage somehow between these, and I don't know how to kill the linkage. That's the problem. I just don't know how to kill it. That's my North America. See, this is Algeria. This is Algeria. It's got a linkage there. I'm wondering if I can kill, if that's something I can get rid of. Can I unlink? Okay, let's see. Let's see if I unlink. I can always undo, so. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Let's see here. Temporary hide in viewport. No, I don't care. I don't want to hide it in the viewport. What's this? Albania, which is going to be over here in Europe somewhere. At least I'm pretty sure it will be because I... Oh, no, it's not. Okay, here. Yeah, it is. It is. It is in Europe, but it's right here. Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, it's got to be in Europe because I work with people in Albania. So, yeah. And this isn't good because now we've got Norway with the flag of the United States, and at least I think that's the flag of the United States. Sweden with the flag of Canada. And look at that, Finland's the only one that hasn't been affected by this. Then we got Iceland over here. And then we're eventually going to have to cut up Russia because, oh, wrong one. Didn't want to do that. Because Russia is freaking huge. And I think it's about right here is where it divides, where this part goes to Europe and the rest of this over here goes to Asia. We're going to have to figure out how to unlink these, though. So this is going to get really interesting really fast because look at that. Brazil is linked to Algeria. Brazil is linked to Saudi Arabia even. Tanzania, and I'm guessing this is South Africa. Yeah, which is not true. So none of those countries are linked together, but there seems to be a linkage somehow, and I can't quite figure out how that's happening. I mean, I don't even see the linkage here. Mesh. I don't know, huh? It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Well, not interesting. It's kind of frustrating. But at least it's something. At least you're not just seeing me jump around and do little things here and there. At least you're actually seeing me struggle with something here. So yes, we are definitely struggling. Let me see if anyone else has anything to say. I don't see anything about... Huh. No, I don't see anything else. So back to this. No one else is... So let's try to figure out, okay, what we will have to do is we will have to do a search. So we're going to need to do a search. Let's see here. Blender image texture. It's duplicated is what it is, but is that really on apply to other model? I've got a feeling that it's how this guy did it. I don't think it's necessarily a Blender issue per se. My guess is that it's probably the model that I bought from him. There was a linkage in there. I don't know why he created it that way. That would be interesting to know if I wanted to do that. No. Well, even though this isn't what I want, potentially doing the inverse might help. So let's see here. How do I get textures from one model to another? The two models are different. The textured one is the solid thing, and the untextured has multiple faces. If you couldn't tell, I'm very new to Blender. I would say he sounds just like me. Okay, so Control L will link the materials. Okay. So I wonder what's the opposite of Control L. make one image that's used on the other model. Hey. No. 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 My gosh, you're strong. What are you doing? You are knocking things all over the place. Look at what you're doing. You see that? Is it really worth it? It's not worth it. Come on over here. Over here. Nezzer will eventually calm it down. Oh, good gosh. Yeah, I've got dogs out here with me like always. Calm it down. So it does appear that it's potentially a link. Let's see here. At first glance, it looked like they were the same model, duplicated, which means they would have the same topology in UV maps. Since they're different, it'll require some intermediate level UV editing to match up the texture to the right parts of the 3D model UV map. Stop it. You get in here. You leave them alone. You know better. You're getting everyone else riled up. Come on. Buck. No. Down. Stay. That's a boy. Okay. So I wonder then. Well, this is Brazil. So this is the original one. Control L would be Command L in our case. How about unlink? No, how do you unlink? So if that's the link transfer data, let's see, your link object data, link materials, is there an unlink? No. Okay. I don't want keyframes or anything like that. Set origin. I'm not sure what that does at all. Let's see here. What else can we do? See, I'm almost wondering if he linked through active material index of active material slot. I'm almost wondering if it's something like that. So I would be willing to bet anything that has the Brazilian flag also has Lambert 14. And he's using the same active material index. And I'd be willing to bet that's because he used the same color for those. So the way to make those the same color and not have to worry about it, because he was probably changing them and wanted them all to change at the same time, was to do this index. So what we might have to do is we might have to come in. How much you want to bet that this is Lambert 14 as well? I'm right. Okay, so what we might have to do is we might have to go in and recreate these. Sorry, I moved my mouse a little bit, so it kind of zoomed out. Scrolling the mouse back and forth does that. So that's what you probably saw as me tip the mouse wheel. I think that's what we're going to have to do. I think we're going to have to go in and make that change. Let's kill these and check to make sure no one's saying anything. Nope. All right. Yeah. So we'll move forward. No notifications. All right. So let's see what would happen. So we've got Brazil. What if I took this out? What if I created a new one? And then I gave it a name? I don't want to delete it just yet. What I want to do is see how to do this. Okay. I don't know his reasoning for that, so let's just say he named his those. So let's see here, and then let's see if and then we might just have to move this up. So that makes this still the active material. So if we go here and we set, this is Brazil. Okay, so image texture. And then we apply Brazil again. And then we say open image. We don't really see anything. But if we were to move that up, and if we were to, the only thing that worries me about removing this is, am I removing it for everything else? I don't think it's that big of a deal, since it looks like we can do it. Okay, that seemed to have worked. We still have those there, but out of curiosity, let's go ahead and just quickly for a test here, let's change it to something else. Let's change it to something that would, let's go to Peru and open the image for Peru. Now let's take a look. Ah, yes, you see the other ones that were previously linked are no longer linked to Brazil. So we have done it. We have officially removed the linkage. Oh! Awesome. All right, so now back to Brazil. Now we're going to have to, what that means is we're going to have to go through and we're going to have to do that with all of these. That includes the ones I've already done for North America. So we have to go back to North America over here. And we will actually, let's see here. What did that just do here? I'm going to leave that. What did I just do there? No. I don't know what I just did. I just set a cursor, but I don't know what that means. Like I said, you're watching a really early novice still. So actually, after I get this project, this 3D project done, one of the things I'm going to do is do a deep dive. Blender has its own, if anyone's interested, Blender has its own like teaching tutorials and things like that. I think for 3 months of access, it's like $30 some or something. It's not bad. Even in Australian dollars, it's like $50 some. So really, if you think about it, for a 3-month access to everything, and it's taught by the guys, by the people who use and create Blender, work on Blender. So there's some good positives in there. I'm definitely going to. That doesn't look right. Huh. Maybe my undo undid that. Maybe when I did undo, it undid that. But there is no redo left. Okay, let's just try it again here. Fine. Let's redo it. Call it. We'll call it 10. Brandon 10. We'll go back to this. We'll go back to the image texture. We'll reapply Brazil. We'll just remove this. We won't delete it. We'll just remove it. And there we go. Now, if we click to somewhere else and click back to here, it's Brandon 10. All right, good. So we'll start up here. We'll redo Greenland. Here we will call this, like we've done before here, we'll create a new. Now the question is this Brandon 1 or is it Brandon 0? I think it's Brandon 0. At least I'm a software developer, I don't know about anyone else. So we're gonna start our index at 0. So Brandon 0. If you see me bouncing, it's because I'm just trying not to get my legs, my knees start to bother after I stand for a little while. But I do like the standing. Greenland, there we are. There we are. Now we can get rid of this. I'm not sure if you can see what that says or not, but I'm a little nervous about it. Let's give it a try. We can always undo it. Okay. There, let's not do that. Instead, let's just remove it from here. It still worries me, but that seems to be better. All right, so we will do the same. We'll do the same thing now. Now we'll go through and we'll apply everything else. So instead of Lambert 273, we'll create a new one, call it Brandon 1. No. Why did it do that? There must already be a Brandon 1. Fine, 2. Okay, I gotta find where there's a Brandon 1. I named it Brandon 10, I think, over here, but I don't think I named it Brandon 1. Yeah, 10. Why would I have a problem with that? Oh, well. Let's not get too hung up on it. All right, same concept here. We go ahead and we bring Canada in, image texture, Canada flag. I'm wondering what will happen if I do remove those in the end. Let's save this so I can at least have got that. Check to see if anyone's got a question. No. Go away. Please do let me know if you find something. You can post to me across the stream. You can post to me anywhere, and I will try to answer the question if you've not seen it or whatever. All right, we'll keep going. It almost makes me want to put, I wonder if there's a way to do notifications. If I could do notifications, it would be nice to get notified when people message me. Then I don't have to worry about keeping coming back here. Let's see here. I'd probably be in general settings for notifications. Doubtful because it's an audio thing. All right. Don't want any virtual whatevers, so no. All right. Well, I'll just have to keep coming back and checking. I'm sure there is some way that it wants to allow to notify me. Let's see here. Microphone sound. Doesn't have a question for notification. Okay. So onward, forward. We'll do the US next. So this will be Brandon. We'll just put a Brandon 3 in there. Perfect. Now we just do an image texture. There we go. And now we just get rid of you. See, let's remove the selected material slot. Now over here. Now that should also help me in removing and being able to change the ones that I didn't change below. So let's see here. What was that? That was 3, so 4. Brandon 4. I know this is super exciting, but let's be honest, guys. This is the work. You know, this is it. It's not always exciting. The end result, doing it is fun. Actually, I actually find this fun. I know you guys might be going, but I actually do find this fun. For me, it's difficult and it takes a lot of work and it's a lot of tedious work even. But that's the name of the game too. Is that Panama? No, it's Guatemala. Where's Panama? That's Belize. Panama. Okay, so we will put, so we can actually put Panama in here now. So let's see here. I said, I think that last one was 4. So Brandon 5. Mexico is 4, right? Yeah. So Brandon 5. And now we can actually do Panama here. Image texture. The Panama flag. Oh, yeah, hang on. It's not there yet because we haven't done this yet. Ooh, all right. Look at that. Now we've got the Panama flag in there. Now what do we got here? Belize. Honestly, I should probably just keep this to what it was before. What was it before? And I think the USA was brown. And that's another reason I didn't like it. The USA was this nasty brown color. I wanted something that popped a little bit more. Let's keep this for now. Let's just make the base color. Let's make it a color. No, that ain't it. RGB. There we go. RGB. That's what we want. Now we can come in here, I guess, and make it. I don't know. Let's see. I didn't like the brown. I always like blue. Blue is one of my more favorite colors, so we will make it blue. That will be the color now for Lambert 13. So click away. Anything else that was linked to the US now previously should now have this blue color. There we go. That was one of them. So that shows that this works. So that is that. And so we're going to have to do this with every one of these, basically. We're going to have to go through and we're going to have to link and relink them all. Like I said, I think I understand. I'm pretty sure I understand why he did that. I just wish he hadn't of. What is this? This is the flag of Colombia. So this is linked to the same one as Colombia, but this is Belize. Have I changed Colombia yet? I don't think I have. So to do this one, I need to change Colombia. Let's go over here. Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia. I knew it was up in there somewhere. All right. Let's just, I don't know, we'll call it Brandon 11. we might use a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 type numbering system. So this was 10, this is 11. So the next one will be 20, 21, the next continent we do, and all that. And this is Colombia. So let's go ahead and set the image texture of Colombia to Colombia. And now let's get rid of Lambert 25. Ba-bam. Now, if we go back over here, and if we just clear this out and set it, I wonder what it was previously. The problem is it doesn't really show what the previous color was. If I do this, though, we'll go green. All right, that'll do us. That'll do us for now. Eventually, these will all be gone, so it won't really matter. But I think that's all of the ones that had. Yeah, see, that has Brazil in it as well, but this is the Dominican Republic. So what was Mexico? It was 4, or was it 5? It's 4. We'll make the Dominican Republic 5. I think I did get a. I think I did get one for the Dominican Republic. So, Brandon 5. How can there be a Brandon 5 already? Fine. Somehow it thinks there's already a Brandon 5. I can't imagine it, but okay. Let's see. Image, texture, and it's Dominican Republic. I think I did do one for it. Or maybe not. No, I did not do one for the Dominican Republic. So instead, we'll change the Lambert color then. We'll change it to an RGB like we did the others. Red's nice. I don't think we need those there, so I think that will give us what we need for North America. I think that separates North America, gets rid of the linkages on those items. It's not what I was looking for. Well, okay. I'll just say TNT. Tiger sounds wrong when I say it out. But yeah, you hiked in a little bit late. Yeah, basically what happened is I bought this material a couple weeks ago, and that's when I first started doing the work on this part. The reason I'm renaming is because what he seemed to do is with each one, he had different colors for different countries, but it looks like he shared, and he did share colors between countries. So it looks like what he did when he created the model is he created a specific model number with the Lambert naming. He used something called Lambert, and then he put a number on it. And so if he wanted red, he had Lambert 1, 2, 3 for red. And so he's got like 3 or 4 different countries, maybe some more in some of the cases here, because I put Brazil on there, and there's like 8 of them that got Brazil. So he put those onto red, so that I guess my guess on that is so that when he made adjustments to one of the model's colors, the rest of them followed suit. So if he didn't like the color, he kind of adjusted the color, and then all the ones that were linked followed suit. So yes. All right, good. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm going through and I'm creating my own, because what's happening now, the problem I'm having now is as I put the country's flag on there, all of the linked ones get the same flag too. And I was wondering what was happening. I was trying to figure out what was happening last weekend when I saw that. But I was just trying to get North America done, so I did that. And basically, yeah, now I'm moving on. I want to make sure I disconnect them, so when I go back and make these changes, I don't have these images trading and swapping with each other. So there we go. So let's see. That's where we were. Yes. That's what I was going to do. Right. Okay. So I'd gotten all of that. So this is something you can do in Blender. If you'll notice here, I can say, now this is something I do know how to do. I can say select objects. That will, so basically what you can do is you can highlight the way you do this here. I'll show you how you do this first. The way you would do this is you would take all these, you can just drag and drop like that. Bam, you can do that. And then you can right click and you can say, it may not be in here. It may be just Command C. There is an add to collection. Oh, there it is. Move to collection. There it is. M. So you just hit M. This thing has an absolute ton of keyboard shortcuts to do things on it. But yeah, so you can hit M and it will move it to collection. You can give it a collection name. So that's what I've done here is I've created the collection North America. And for some reason, it just requires me to have the O2 in there. So what's nice is now I don't have to worry about it. I can say select objects. So what's nice about this is in this case, it doesn't really matter too much because we've just got very simple models, flat. Well, not really flat, but mostly flat. They're at they're 3D, but they look relatively flat. But we're going to want to select an entire continent of countries. So that's what we got here. And so if they ended up getting moved closer together, especially in a different scenario where you might have a number of different models, and you want to make sure to select all of the individual pieces of a particular model, especially in a 3D scene where a lot of things are moved together, this would be a much easier way to do it, to just right click and say, select the objects. It's a lot simpler than to try and sit there and try to highlight it. And then when you catch a little piece of another model, you have to go back and you have to unselect that one piece. And it's just, it could be a nightmare. And so what we do here, now here's why we do it as well. So we select the objects, and what we're going to do now, well, first of all, let's save, so I don't end up losing it just by accident. But what we're going to do is we're going to say export. This is the export format that I need for Three.js. It can handle multiples, but it says this is the best one to use for Three.js. So we are using this. There we are, and here's our North America. We've already got it. So it's inside of my inside of a models folder for the project, Young Hustlers. That's the name of the website. Young Hustlers. The guy's running a series of communities basically to connect like-minded people together who are trying to create a business, who are trying to just make connections in their part of the world, in their area, and things like that. So that's what this is all for. So we've got the globe already. So when they select the continent, it's going to bring up it's going to bring up things like this. North America can come up, and it's and hopefully it looks when it's finally in its right position, it'll look good, and then they can just select the individual country. And I've proven last weekend, I don't know if I actually posted this or not, but I did prove last weekend that individual country selections will fire, and so I can know which country is selected. Thank goodness. I was so worried about that one. That one really had me going, but now that I know that when I select it, it actually puts the selected model's name in there, we're good. So that's positive. Now what you do when you do this is you say selected objects. Now if I don't say that and I just export the entire thing, it's going to export the entire thing. I did that by accident. I forgot to do that last time. Last weekend when I was kind of tired, I'm like, I hadn't thought about doing that. I didn't say just the selected objects. I exported the entire model. It's a big, huge freaking model inside there. Okay, so export. There we go. We exported just North America. So that's good. So now we got that. what I could do is I could just go ahead and showcase what's there. Oh, I need to transfer that though. That only goes to the models. Let's see what we got here. Here we are. Okay, so we're in the development part. What we need to be is in the models. Models, Young Hustlers, North America. If we just copy this and then go back to where we were, back to assets, and here it is, North America GLB. And we paste. And yes, we replace. There we go. All right, so now we got the new model in there. A little bit bigger. I think the last one was 13.9 or something, but I think it now having each texture having its own individual texture instead of sharing textures like it was doing previously did, of course, add a little bit more to the overall export. So that's probably why the export's a little bit bigger now. All right, so if we do this and then we go to here, let's see if I can, yep, bun run dev, there's that. It's not going to be pretty right now. It's not. I've got to get everything positioned right. But as you can see, here it is. Oh, and look, we've even got the new colors down here. They look so colorful, and yeah, that's nice. Now, once again, I've taken it off because previously all you could do was go like this and this and this and this. That's as far as you could go. But so I can see these things as I import them into the actual application, I do this. I do it here so I can see it and see how it's looking. It's looking all right. Yeah, see, it's got 3D look. Oh, look, it's even on the backside. Look at that. It's even got it on the backside. We won't see the backside because what will happen is when we click on the continent, it will be zoomed in this close, and the camera will come down to about right somewhere down here. It'll actually move downward to there, and it will. And the ability to orbit like this, the orbit controls that allow you to do this type of stuff like this, will not be enabled anymore. So basically that'll be gone, but the camera will still be there. And then you'll be able to, the goal is to be able to, if you're on a laptop, to click and drag one direction or another, or the same on a phone to, swipe left, swipe right. So it'll detect the swipe left and right on the model, and then it'll work like a carousel, because that's what I'm calling this component here. Let's go. Oh, here I haven't opened up my development environment. Here, I'll show you. I had it up, like I said, I restarted. Ignore the errors. It's just, for some reason, my IDE has not figured out that it is there. Let's not do that. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. You can be calm. That's a boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. All right. Let's see how well that keeps him. But this is the carousel geometry. This is what we're loading. This right here, this tag right here, this primitive tag, is the actual tag. Here's the asset we're loading right here. It's loading into, I called it USA model. I should actually technically call this North America model, but for right now, it's a name. We'll worry about final names when it's all there. Apparently model.scene is there. The one thing I don't like is the use loader doesn't return any types. It returns an any type. I freaking hate any types. I hate any types because you can pretty much type anything you want to. That's really kind of the negative side of any types, which is why if I ever have anyone who's using TypeScript and using any type, if I could, I'd take out my ruler and slap them on the knuckles. No any types. That's what we have TypeScript for. I've said that before to people. That's what TypeScript is for. We have TypeScript so we can have types. So yeah, unfortunately in this case, this is coming from React 3 Fiber right here. So React 3 Fiber is basically a React wrapper. It's not React's wrapper. It's a do not. You stay here. That's right. You stay here. It's a React wrapper around Three.js. So it's almost, there's very little documentation on it because the documentation you need to read if you want to use it is Three.js's documentation, because it's almost a one-for-one wrapping of it. There is some documentation on React 3 Fiber if you find it. If you go to their website, they do have an API, and they do point out some basic things, but it really doesn't go that much into depth, because the in-depth stuff is, like I said, all it really is doing is it's a React representation of what you would actually write if you were writing Three.js. So instead of writing a bunch of JavaScript in here and writing some JavaScript classes or objects or whatever and writing them in here and doing it like this, but doing it in JavaScript, we're doing it like this. The reason I chose to go this route is because I wanted to componentize things. I started off just going plain Three.js, and I was like, what am I going to do about that? And I wanted to use React because we want this to still work on the web, and we're going to want some web-like things to happen. There are some web-style things that we want to take place. And so my thought process behind that was, well, okay, let's use React to do the things that we need to do for, making links and sending them to another site, or connecting them to the Telegram it's not a community, but yeah, the Telegram, whatever it is, send them to their different locations within Telegram and all that. That would be a lot easier if I just can do stuff inside of something I currently work with, and makes it easier for me. So let's do it inside of React. And so I used React 3 Fiber for that. There we go. I have no idea why it keeps saying that this doesn't exist. I'll show you that it exists, just to show you. Boop, it exists. So the IDE, even my own IDE knows it exists, but for some reason it will not let it go. It will not let it go. It keeps telling me that it can't find the module. And it looks like it's saying that it can't find a type. Okay, that's fine. What is this? D.ts. This is a TypeScript definition file right here. A TypeScript definition file, and yet it's telling me that it cannot find the type. I just left it. I left it because honestly, yeah, this is the loader to load the type of material that we're exporting, the type of primitive that we're exporting. So we're exporting a GLTF primitive. That's what GLB is short for that. If we go back to Blender really quick and look at the export again, just real fast. Export. There's GLB or GLTF. So that's what it's calling it. It's calling it the second name there for that. So it's GLTF. That's why GLTF. Anyways, this comes, and if you look, this comes directly from Three.js. 3 examples. I don't like the way they do this. Honestly, there are better ways to do things in libraries. I should know. I build my own. That's one thing I think they could do better, is instead of having to do stuff like this, because I feel this is really hacky, what should happen is the GLTF loader should just be exported from the library. If you look at the way that's the way I do things in Vsoft Components. I really don't like people having to export from a path like this. Bang, 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 bang. You go, I don't know how many levels deep to find what they're looking for. So I'd prefer for it all to be there. That way you can just say, because what you could have is you could just have GLTF loader from 3. There it is. Boom. That's it. That's all you need. Here, I'll show, let's see here. The globe geometry should have something. What was I saying? Yeah, it should have something from 3. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't help. It should look like this, basically. The way it is with React 3 Fiber, where it exports this way, it's the same over here. That's how it should look. That's what we should be doing. We should be from React 3 Fiber. This should be from 3. Boom, and that should be it. That should be all there is to it. I'm really amazed they got 3 and they didn't have to put Three.js. Like, they could just put 3. But as you can see, they did. They got 3. I'm amazed they got that library name. You'd be amazed how many libraries, how many NPM library names there are out there. When I was trying to create my drag and drop library Zhen, It's the German word for drag, in case you're wondering. There's a number of words for drag in German, but that's the one I picked. And I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm sure I am. I'm sure some German person's going to say, "You idiot, it's pronounced this way." But and here I go around claiming to be half German, yet I don't speak the language. That's one thing. That is one thing that's on my to-do list. One thing that's on my to-do list is learn German, and at some time in my life, I really do want to learn, the language. I started doing it actually shortly before I joined X. Shortly before I really went like all in on the stuff I'm doing here. I was already doing the BSoft component stuff and things like that, but I said to myself, man, I really would like to learn German. And there was Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone had a deal where you could sign up for like $150 for a lifetime subscription or something like that. And I really wanted to do it. I really did. And I even signed up for a temporary one to see how it was, and it was really interesting. And the German language really is quite an interesting one. It's complicated in my opinion too, because in most languages you have a word that stays the same word no matter how it's being used. Usually you have that word and you have ways of describing how that word is, or what that object or what that thing is. Computer is an example. Computer or laptop is an example. No matter where I take it, no matter what I do with it, it's a laptop. But in German, you can have that word, a word that means that talks about that object in a particular instance. In a different instance, they can use a different word and things like that. I mean, they do have conjugation and things like that, like you do in a lot of other languages. But it really is complex. But I still would love to learn it. I think it'd be like a really great accomplishment in my life if I could learn German. That would be awesome. Anyways, way off topic there. But yes, this is what we got. Where so we're looking good. I would like to. I mean, since Panama is so small, you almost can't even make out that that's a flag on it. Like I said, that's why I kind of. That's why I didn't really do these down here. I'm hoping that they can tell that part is Mexico. It's kind of, although I think that's Belize. I may have to change the colors on those eventually, but let's not worry about it now. I think that ought to be a different color, although I do think I did make that a different color. I think that might be Mexico. Let's go back to Blender and take a quick look here. Yeah, it is. So yeah. So the tip there is Mexico. Okay, so never mind. So the different colored ones are where Mexico ends. So that's how we'll be able to tell Mexico. Good. That's what I was hoping. All right. So we've done that. Now let's get this going. Let's see what we got here. Brandon 10. That's right. Did we do something for Guyana? Let's see. I mean, it does show up for the Canadian flag. So let's do Guyana. Let's do a flag of Guyana here. Here. If I remember the spelling there. I don't know if I'm an idiot. I know I just misspelled it, didn't I? No, I got it right. All right. Awesome. Okay, that'll do. I do hope Grok gets these right, because I honestly would not know. I mean, some countries I would know, but some I would not. So I'm just kind of taking Grok at its word, hoping it's right. Hoping it's right about these different countries, because if it's wrong, I'm going to really look like a jackass. Okay, so what do we got here? We got Brandon 10. I know I did another one, Brandon 11. I think that's where I ended with that. Yeah, okay, so this will be Brandon 12. Perfect. Brandon 12, and now we make it an image texture. Open it. We've got Guyana there. Now we go up to here and we remove it, and there we go. It's not great, but I mean, I guess you can sort of see it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you can sort of see it. Yeah, it's nice. Okay. Looks good. What do we got here? We got Venezuela. So let's redo. I think this is actually Venezuela's flag. But see, there was one of the linkage here. Paraguay and Venezuela both do Lambert 274. So to TNT's question there, that's what we're trying to get rid of, because you can't see it here, but in the image right down here, maybe I'll zoom in, you can see a little bit better. Right down here, you see the white section here and here. Over here, the rest of it's white. You can kind of see a little tip right there, kind of just a little tip right there, and the rest of it's white. And so that's what ended up happening. So basically, it shared the same thing. Now, this kind of brings some interest and an interesting concept here and an interesting idea, because I've been thinking about this, and I was kind of wondering about it, and it just came to me, which it should have come to me a while back. But for example, in North America over here, let's go to North America. In North America over here, I was thinking especially this is like the Caribbean. I know there are some, now each one of these countries has its own flag, but I do think there's like a flag of the Caribbean or something like that. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong about that. But yeah, I think there is. I think I'm right about that. No. Like specifically for the Caribbean, not all of the countries in the Caribbean. Oh, unfortunately, I'm wrong. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Caribbean flags. There are many different Caribbean flags as there are Caribbean nations. Okay, so there's not. However, there is something. I know that Europe has its own flag. There you go. That's the European flag. So my idea for Europe is potentially, I'm going to give it a try and see how that works. But I might use this as the background for all of Europe. Now we'll see how it looks, because what it might end up doing is it might end up, it might not do what I want it to do. It might separate it out and break it out into each one. What I want it to do, and what I'm hoping it does, is when I get all of Europe into, a nice tight little grouping together there and spread the map out over it, that it will apply evenly across all the models and, just slice out the little pieces. That would be cool. Although the problem with that is, since it is so basic, it's blue with gold stars, it might look like a lot of blue. Hang on. Stay. Never. Do not. Well, get the pressure. Come on. Okay, there's a dog neighbor that way, and they don't walk him. He doesn't. Well, actually, he does have another dog, but it's the other family's dog. And so they leave one of them out and one of them in, and so that I feel bad for the dog. I mean, it doesn't have anyone to play with, doesn't have anything, and I don't think they walk it very often. It stays out in the yard almost the whole day long and whole evening long, and even during summer, they're not gonna. I know what they're gonna do. They're not going to put that dog in. They don't give it enough water because the dog flips over the bowl. You'll hear the dog take the bowl and you hear a clanging of the bowl. So the dog will finish the water and slap the bowl, and the bowl will go over and make noise, and still no one comes out to. I mean, they do eventually. I'm not saying they don't come out at all, but they do eventually. But I feel bad for the dog. But it starts it, and then my dogs go running, especially a pit bull who's very. I mean, Buck, he's a sweet dog, but he didn't have a good life. He didn't have a good start to life. He had a really bad start to life. He was pretty much just tethered for, let's see here, when did I get him? I got him when he was about 11 months old. So, unfortunately, come on, Bucky, let's go. Let's go. Come on back. Come on. Over here. Down. Stay. All right. So yeah, unfortunately, he didn't have the greatest start to life. And he got locked away. That's where I was at. He got locked away. He got tethered. People said they thought the owner was physically abusive. I've met the owner personally. I don't think he was physically abusive. I just don't think he was very attentive to the dog. Poor thing. You can tell he's nervous. You can see it, He's a big dog. He's a pit bull. He's a big dog. But he'll sit there and he'll come up and he'll go like this, and he just, he's scared of just about everything. Now I've worked with him, and he's gone to doggy daycare. He went to a stay and train place for a month. The stay and train place did pretty good. I think it kind of equalized his thing. And then I've been working on him a lot, and I've taken him. The doggy daycare place I take my other two dogs. They've let me start taking him at least one day a week, and that's really helped him, especially with people. He's become a lot more trusting of people. We still have to work on dogs though. He just, as you hear him, he just goes after the dogs. So, that's why it's always bark, 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 bark. Get back here. Speaking of that, I'm probably going to be going off of live stream here before long, because I'll probably be ending here for too long, because I've got to take all but Buck to the dog park. Everyone else gets to go to the dog park today. Unfortunately, Buck does not. And we said we were in Venezuela, so that's where we're going to do. We're going to... Actually, what I will do one more time is just kind of show, I talked about creating collections. So we will call this South America. So if we since this is already pretty easily done for us, we do a new collection. We call it South America. There we go. And now we've got South America with all the countries in it. So there we go. That makes it a lot easier for us to do that. Let's go back to here. What was this? This was Brandon 11. I think we said... Yeah, I think that's it. I think Brandon 11 was the last one. So that would make this Brandon 12. So, well... What I would like to do, how can there already be a Brandon 12? You know what? I'm going to just leave it. I'm going to leave it like this. Obviously, there's a Brandon 12 somewhere else. I have no idea where. Fine. Here. I'll call it Brandon 13. There. One thing I would like to do, and of course I need to actually get to the point where, I'm actually being paid to do this full time, but I would like to get a bigger monitor for myself, number one, but for everyone else as well. I'm not sure how my screen, it's only a 14-inch screen, so everything has to be so compact and so tight. Like this over here, you can't see much. If I had it on a bigger screen, you'd probably get a lot more space out of it and be able to actually see a lot more. And once I start getting into like really heavy model creation and generation, oh, there's a 12 already. It was right. That's Guyana. Guyana was 12, so 13. It is going to be more difficult to to do more complex models, to do human models, to do like one of the first models I'm going to want to build outside of learning how to do rigging and inverse kinematics and skeletals and things of that nature. After I learn to do all those things, one of the first things I do want to build is I want to build a bee for a beehive. So the Beehive Interactive is going to have a bee. So there'll be a bee. That would be nice. That'd be nice to have a bee for Beehive Interactive. Let's see here. What is this again? This is Paraguay. I have one for Paraguay. So that was 13. So that means Paraguay is 14 then. Because it would be nice to have a little bit bigger screen. I'm sure, like I said, I'm not sure how it's going to work on the stream. I'm not sure if it'll help you, but it'll probably help my eyes eventually. Paraguay. There it is. See, now this is what I'm talking about. So Paraguay, okay. So what we need to figure out where it is. If we go like this, no. If we go like this, no. See, I just think that's the preview, the way to look at it. Preview, yeah, it's just a preview render type. So this does nothing for us other than just show us how it would look on different models. So if we're looking at a flat plane, if we're looking at a box shape, we're probably catching the white part here is why we only see white. What is this? Hair. There's a render type for hair. Oh, that is so freaking cool. Do you see that? I'm hoping you can see that. Oh, now that is nice. Now see this, I would like to have something like this because what I want to do for my Beehive bee is put the Beehive logo on it. So instead of it being black and yellow, I want it to be white and blue. So yeah, that is neat. I like that. That would look nice, wouldn't it? Shader ball. With the Blender logo in it. That's funny. Ooh. Cloth, like a t-shirt. How it would look if you put it on cloth, on a cloth material. Fluid. Okay, I start. This is like my new favorite thing to play with now. This is so cool. I like this thing. This is neat. All right. Awesome. I hope you guys are having fun seeing the different ways that textures can be applied. I don't know. Maybe I'm just geeking out and everyone else is going boring, but that was neat. Unfortunately, yet again, it's just white. So I wish I could, like I said, I'm sure there is a way. I'm sure there's a way to tell it where certain parts need to go. It'd be nice if I could. The surface method, random walk skin. There's only 3 surface methods here. I have no idea what any of them are. Subsurface. Sorry, not surface. Subsurface. Specular. Specular. Really? Okay. Coat. Okay, that's not going to control any of that. Sheen is, yeah, roughness and all that kind of stuff. Emission, thin film, thickness. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna mess around with this too much, but we can go ahead and get rid of that. So if we take that out, it still just has that. We already knew that's what it was going to look like because it already did. So that's Brandon 14. Let's see here. What do we got here? Uruguay. We did do Uruguay, I think. Did we not? No, we did not. So that could be the next one we generate is Uruguay. All right, and over here, Grok. I think you spell it. I think that's how you spell it. Well, that's good. Hopefully that'll show up with something. There's enough different colors here. It looks like we've got a chance of actually having something decent. Here, let's rename it. Okay, so which one was this? This was 14, so it's 15. Oh, hang on. We haven't done it. We haven't removed this yet. We got to remove this first. Not bad. Not bad. I think it looks all right. Actually, it kind of fitted into a... Now, see, why didn't it do that here? Why didn't it take the flag and kind of compress it? Maybe because it's a somewhat... Not circular. It's almost... It could almost be a rectangular shape of sorts. Maybe that's why it did so well with it. I kind of like it. Looks good. Yeah, okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's hope some of the other ones go so well. Let's see here. Let's go Argentina. We got Argentina and Chile, and that's it. That's all we've got left. And then we're done. Ooh, yeah, I think we're done. I don't think this is one. Let's see here. Oh, we haven't done Suriname yet. We'll do Suriname last. Argentina's nice and big. I'd like to do a couple more to show people how they look on bigger models. And then, so we got Argentina. Argentina. Let's see. Regenerate it. Let's give it another chance. Let's give it another chance to regenerate. Maybe it'll figure out not to have white space. And not have any white space. It did worse here. Oh, that was nice. So you can post the search to it to tell it what it did wrong. There we go. Argentina. All right. That's what I want. That's a perfect one right there. Got the little wave like it's waving in the wind. Perfect. All right. And yes, I'm going to say it. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I actually never watched that movie. And I'm not a fan of Madonna, so I never really watched that movie. What did it say we were in here? 14, I said, or 15. So this is 16 then. All right, 16. I think this will be the last one, and then I'll call it done. I'll still keep working for a couple more minutes, but just to get Chile in and probably finish up anyways. But let's see what it looks like. I think it'd be fun to see what it looks like. Wait a minute. No, I'm wrong. There we go. That's nice. I like it. There we are. Look at that. Yeah, I like it. Let's save it. Okay. Yeah, we've been doing this for about an hour and 40 minutes now. So if anyone's still watching, you're probably tired of watching me. Hopefully some jumped in and out and had some fun. Here we will do that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll go ahead and I'll probably be posting the end results once I start getting them. Once I put it into the actual application where you can see it, in like a 3D, inside the 3D application view, I'll post an image of that so you can see how it looks. I really would like to get all the models done this weekend. That's kind of the goal. Europe and Asia are going to be tough because of Russia. I've got to slice Russia, and I want to make it look as close as possible to what's correct. I need to take a look. I've seen a map of Russia where it shows where the division for Europe and Asia are. So I will do that, and hopefully it goes well. But we'll see if we get it this weekend. I'd really like to get that done this weekend. So I can get that done, then I can focus my next couple of weeks on trying to put it in the right place, trying to get it to where, we can actually make it a carousel and actually cause it to slide like it should and allow for individual selections. Now, I know we can do the selection because I've already tested that. I've tested that with the North American model, and the click does return the actual item that is selected. So that's perfect. So we've got that part ready. So all we got to do now is just, kind of build the rest of the pieces there. I don't quite know what we're going to do for a UI once we select it. Well, I do know to a point. One thing we have to do is we do have to marry up, because what he wants to do is when you make a selection, he wants the other items to be selected as well. So we'll have to maybe do some kind of color overlay. What I'd like to do is, instead of it being full color, I'd like it to be partially transparent, so you can see the selection, but you can still see the flag underneath. I think that'd be really cool. But that's where my thought process is. If it's too difficult, then we'll just say screw it, and we'll just make it a color when it's selected, and that's how we'll do it. But that's the goal for now. The goal for now is to try to get all of the continents this weekend. I'm not going to be using my mouse, unfortunately. I'm going to have to use my hands, so it's going to take a little bit longer when I'm doing it with the trackpad here. But I've gotten pretty good at it. I've gotten pretty good at trackpadding it and sliding around in it and being able to do stuff. But it doesn't quite respond the way you'd expect, the way you'd want it to. The mouse and the keyboard are a lot more fine-tuned controls. It is what it is. Anyways, yeah. I don't even know if anyone's still hanging around, but if you are, thanks for hanging on to the end, and I'll see you.